I've got a pretty cool trick that is really going to help you in your hard surface modeling. I don't think I've shown this in a tutorial before. I'm going to keep it really short. So I just made this pretty cool looking shape right here. You can kind of see the wireframe, nothing complicated. I just think it looks cool for demonstration purposes here. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is, I think I just added in a UV sphere. I subdivided it once or twice, and then I applied that sub D, and then I just shaded it smooth. And then I'm just going to scale this a bit on the y-axis. Now, at this point, I'm just going to quickly run some sort of random cut in the object, nothing crazy. And this is going to really allow me to demonstrate what I'm about to show you here. So let me extrude that through, just like that. And then what I'm going to do is add in just some sort of cube here. Move this up, scale this a bit on the Y, and then just run a difference boolean. Move that up a bit, move this down, and then I can kind of move that kind of back in this direction. I'm pretty sure that's how I made this thing, if I'm not mistaken. Then I'm just going to move this slightly further back, just so we have maybe a bit more interest there, a bit more interesting shape. So something kind of like this here is going to be good enough. Now, let's say I wanted to run some bevels here. So, I run a bevel on this edge, maybe this edge, and on this edge. And let me also, just so it shades a bit more flat, I can increase the auto smooth or decrease it just to capture that edge right there. Now, if I wanted to add a bevel here just to make this shape look a little bit more soft and dynamic, what I could do here, I'm just going to, let me apply, I guess I have two booleans here. I'm going to apply both of them. And if I wanted to run a bevel here, we're going to run into some issues. If I press Control B, what ends up happening is we end up hitting that geometry nearby. I can bevel it a little bit, but what it's going to do is it's going to hit that vertex right there, and then it's just going to kind of be skewed and look weird, and I'm not going to be able to add in a very large bevel at all, which can be an issue. Now, technically what I could do here is start, dissolving these areas. So I go over here and dissolve that, and that'll give me a bit more buffer. So that's definitely a valid solution. But, if I want to make this even bigger, it's just going to be a headache, and I'm going to have to keep dissolving. And not to mention, the more I do that, the more shading problems we'll have on that curved surface. This is why I want to show you a better strategy. So instead of applying your boolean, what you want to do is you want to work with the boolean directly. So what I can do is I can take the boolean, let me just use ever scroll here with hard ops, and what I can do is I can just take the boolean and bevel the actual boolean object. Now I need to make sure my scale's applied because it's going to be a bit biased. So Control A, scale, and then I can go ahead and bevel that. Looks good. Now you're going to see it worked for this one, but what do I do about this edge right here? How exactly do I bevel that one? There's no real edge for me to work with. Well, let me show you a pretty cool hack here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Control R to add in a loop cut there. I'm going to line that up as close as I can, and if you want to be exact, you can go up here to the snapping menu. It's going to be, I usually just use Control Shift Tab, so it's I think this one up here. Then what you can do is press G and then hold Control, and it'll actually snap it there. The only issue is it's there's going to be issues with like coplanar geometry, and it's just going to mess with the boolean. Now what you could do is you could just change this boolean here to exact, and then once you snap it, it'll actually snap fine, just like that. But what I'm going to do is grab this on the Y, try my best to snap it there, and just scale that a bit on the X. There we go. So now we have a bit more room to work with here. So since we have that edge right there, if I try to bevel it, it's not going to actually do anything, and that's because we need this edge up here to be angled, so that way we get the bevel we want. So same idea, I can just snap it here. Maybe using the edge snap would be a bit of a better option. And it's going to be glitchy because, again, we're working with like coplanar geometry. It's occupying the same space, so it might be a little bit buggy. And what we're going to do is we're going to bevel it. That is literally all you need to do. Now you don't have to deal with those bevels kind of hitting the geometry and having to dissolve that. And then same idea over here. I'm just gonna add that in. Just try to snap it. You know, you can kind of eyeball it if you want to, but if you want to be accurate, you're probably gonna want to use, you know, the vertex snap feature here and scale it a bit. And same idea, I can, you know, move that down if I wanted to. And now I'm gonna have an angle to actually, you know, utilize that bevel there. And just like that, we have this beautiful shape with just some bevels on it, and we didn't have to deal with the complexity of having to dissolve a bunch of geometry around the main object. Instead, what we were able to do is utilize the actual boolean here. And I don't care how the boolean cut looks, I don't care if there's geometry issues on it, it doesn't matter to me, because the moment I actually apply that boolean, it doesn't matter. What matters is how the actual mesh here looks. And there's a little bit of a weird edge here, so what you can do is just dissolve that out if there's any strange issues. There shouldn't be though. And just like that, you have bevels without any sort of complexity and without having to deal with those, you know, pieces of geometry getting hit so quickly. So next time you're working, consider using that. It's a very useful situation where you can run bevels even if the geometry is pretty tight. Pretty quick video, nothing crazy today. Hope it was valuable. And if you want to learn hard surface modeling from scratch, we do have a free course over on our website, Hard Surface Modeling Jumpstart. It'll kind of take you A to Z from the basics of Blender all the way to completing your first 3D model. So definitely check that out. Hope the video is useful, and I'll see you in the next one.